Hey, think about this. The 2018 tax filing season kicks off today. The IRS says the average refund last year was nearly $3,000. And local finance expert Mike Martinez is here now with some tips as you prepare. First of all, let's start with this. Good morning.
Good morning.
And more people are going to get a little bit more money than
that
what?
is correct. Well, and let's start off the year right. Make sure that we fund our retirement plan. You know, John, this past year, you have up to $5,500 if you're under 50. $6,500 if you're over 50, and we have till April 15th.
For an IRA?
For an IRA
okay.
contribution, we have to April 15th that we can make those contributions.
And for anybody who doesn't know, it's not too late, as you point out, April 15th.
That is correct.
For last year's contributions.
For last year's contributions.
You start with this year.
Correct.
All right. Another tip that you have is to gather all, it seems obviously common sense, but gather all your information about income.
Well, every year we have a physical checkup. We need to have a fiscal checkup. Start gathering all your W-2s, your 1099s, and get all that information and look at what your expenses were and what your income was. And that way we can start compiling that information so we're not late on filing those taxes.
Okay, not everybody itemizes by any means, but tabulate your expenses and know kind of where you're spending your money?
If you're self-employed, categorize everything and start summarizing. How do we know where we're going if we don't know where we've been? So start putting all those categorized expenses down so we'll know exactly what we can do this year.
One of your tips is to review last year's return. And let me go off the reservation a little bit on that one, Mike. I have heard that a lot of people with the new deductions won't be itemizing their houses, won't be itemizing in the way that they did because the standard deduction is so much higher than it used to be. It may be too early for you to know if that's really true.
The new tax laws are out there. I suggest you seek professional help with the CPAs. They'll be able to guide you on that. But yes, you know, I rather audit my bills and look at last year's return than have somebody else audit it. So I think by having last year and this year, you can have a guideline, and then we could see how these new laws affect us.
All right, now the one we can have a little fun with is your tip for plan on how you spend this refund, because as we point out, it's $3,000 for the average guy.
You folks, your viewers right now are not going to like me because everybody is thinking about what they're going to buy, but first thing they need to look at is, number one, did I put enough of monies aside in the savings? Look at these federal employees that got laid off, temporarily shut down. If they took my advice from a show last year, put at least 6 months of savings aside to make sure you can cover all your expenses in case of incidents like this, or at least make sure you don't have excuses to fund your IRA retirement plan because you have that refund.
But I mean, a lot of people are going to hear that and say, 6 months, there's, you know, I've got the kids, I've got the mortgage, I've got the tuition, I've got food, you know. 6 months.
Just try little by little. Any amount of months is worth it. We say 6 is good because statistic-wise, you'll be in better shape if you can have that much. But no excuses. We have that refund coming back. We have to put those 2 check boxes first, and then we could go ahead and start buying the things we want.
Mike Martinez, good. We may not like to hear that, but we'll be happy later on.